There will be a morning when you wake up and you simply don't feel like doing it. You don't feel motivated. You don't feel inspired. You don't feel ready. You look at the alarm clock and think, maybe tomorrow. And that one sentence can quietly change the direction of your life, because one day of giving up feels harmless, but one day becomes a week becomes a month, and eventually you look back and wonder where all the time went. The truth is, your life will not always be changed by dramatic decisions. Sometimes it is changed by the small decisions you make when nobody is watching. And that is why discipline matters more than motivation. Motivation is powerful, but motivation is temporary. It comes when you hear the right song, watch an inspiring video, imagine your future, or suddenly feel excited about your goals. But what happens when that feeling disappears? That's when discipline begins. Discipline is doing what matters even when you don't feel like doing it. It is choosing your future over your comfort. It is keeping a promise to yourself after the excitement is gone. Johann Wolfgang von Goethe said, "Knowing is not enough, we must apply. Willing is not enough, we must do." Johann Wolfgang von Goethe, think about how much knowledge we have today. We know how to exercise. We know how to eat better. We know we should save money. We know we should stop wasting hours on our phones. We know we should work on our dreams. But knowing is not the same as doing, and your life changes only when knowledge becomes action. Imagine two people who both want to become healthier. On Monday, they are equally motivated. They exercise, they eat well, they feel proud. But on Wednesday, one of them wakes up tired, it's raining. He doesn't feel like exercising, so he says, "I'll start again tomorrow." The other person is tired too. He doesn't feel motivated either, but he says, "I don't have to do the full workout. I'll just walk for 10 minutes. That 10-minute walk may not look important, but it is, because he is teaching himself something. When I make a promise to myself, I keep it. And that is where real confidence comes from. Not from telling yourself that you're strong, not from repeating positive words in front of a mirror. Confidence comes from evidence. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you create evidence that you can trust yourself. And every time you repeatedly break your promises, you slowly lose that trust. So start small. Don't try to transform your entire life tomorrow. You don't need to wake up at 5 in the morning, exercise for 2 hours, read 50 pages, build a business. Meditate, learn a language, and become a completely different person overnight. That's not discipline. That is often just unrealistic expectation. Instead, choose one thing. If you want to read 5 pages. If you want to exercise, start with 10 minutes. If you want to write 1 paragraph. If you want to study for 20 minutes. The goal is not to impress yourself for 3 days. The goal is to become someone who can remain consistent for 3 years. Small actions become powerful when they are repeated. There will also be days when you fail. You will miss a workout. You will waste time. You will procrastinate. You will make mistakes. That does not mean you have failed at discipline. Discipline does not mean perfection. It means returning. If you miss one day, come back the next. If you fall, stand up. If you lose momentum, begin again. Never allow one bad day to become a bad month. And remember this: you don't have to control everything in your life. You cannot control every outcome. You cannot control what other people think. You cannot control every setback, but you can control your next action. You can put the phone down. You can get out of bed. You can take the walk. You can finish the page. You can make the call. You can say no. You can begin. That is where your power lives. And perhaps the deepest lesson about discipline is that it is not really about productivity. It is about freedom. When you learn to control your spending, you create financial freedom. When you control your attention, you create mental freedom. When you take care of your health, you create physical freedom. When you control your reactions, you create emotional freedom. Discipline does not make your life smaller. It gives you more control over the life you actually want. So ask yourself today, what have I been waiting to feel motivated to do? What promise have I been making to myself again and again? What is one small action I can take today? Don't wait until you feel ready. Don't wait until everything is perfect. Don't wait for the perfect Monday. Start with what you have. Start where you are. And start small. Because your future is not created by one extraordinary day. It is created by ordinary days when you choose to show up. The early morning when nobody sees you, the evening when you could quit, the moment when temptation appears, the day when motivation disappears. Those moments are shaping the person you are becoming. So stop asking yourself, Do I feel like doing this? Ask a better question. Does this matter to the person I want to become? If it matters, take the next step. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be unstoppable. You simply need to keep becoming a little more trustworthy to yourself. One promise, one action, one day at a time. Motivation may help you begin, but discipline is what helps you continue. And eventually, you may look back and realize that the life you wanted was not built in one giant moment. It was built quietly, through the promises you kept when nobody was watching. So today, choose one promise, keep it. Then wake up tomorrow and keep another. Because the person you want to become is being created by what you do today. If this message touched something inside you, take one idea from this video and put it into action today. And if you believe someone else needs to hear this, share it with them. Subscribe for more meaningful lessons about discipline, personal growth, courage, and becoming the person you were meant to be. Remember, you don't have to feel motivated, you just have to begin. And then, tomorrow, begin again. Thank you for taking the time to listen and for staying with me until the end of this video. May you always keep a peaceful mind, a lighter heart, and plenty of joy in your life. I wish you a day filled with peace, happiness, and success. And if today's message touched something within you, join me as we continue discovering meaningful lessons in the videos to come. I'll see you in the next video.